Hello everybody, and before we get into the video, I would like to officially announce that I have launched an Age of Mythology Academy on the Rapple.pro. For those who do not know me, I'm the Rapple. I placed second in the last tier event, Mythic Wars. I play all civilization at the highest level. I'm also a coach and a content creator. I would also really like to thank the 105 students who have enrolled these courses and have given so much of their support and dedication into the game. You will find a video in the description of how this educational content usually looks like. Hello and welcome everybody. We're live on Twitch at the same time, so you might see my chat popping up on screen. We're reviewing today the patch notes for the Japanese DLC expansion. It released just an hour ago. We had a very fun free-for-all game live. Follow me on Twitch if you would like to see that. Now we're gonna go over the changes for the Japanese civilization, and it's quite exciting to see if they received the feedback we gave them in the preview access and what they're going to apply to fix any potential issues. Alright. Heavenly Spear DLC. The long-awaited Japanese Pantheon is officially available, indeed. 12 new gods from Japanese mythology, 12 new myth units from Ancient Legends, a 12 mission campaign filled with divine conflict and heroic choices. Amazing, and these are the 3 new major gods for Japan. Journey from farmer to hero. Yeah, this is the campaign. If you haven't played it yet, go for it. My favorite campaign so far. Map, new units, new gameplay. Amazing. So where are the patch notes now? You have to play the game yourself to understand how amazing it is right now. The new DLC is a success in my opinion. Let's see if community will agree with me. Matchmaking improvements. Okay, shorter queues mean more time playing the game and less time waiting. Yeah, the queue is fixed by the way, guys. When you're looking to find a game and wait, maybe let me at the same time put this in the title. Patch notes. Alright. So it takes way shorter time to take a game now. You will instantly be matched within seconds if there is somebody active around your level. If there is not, then you'll get a game in the next 3 minutes of queuing. It's guaranteed. So matchmaking improvements are amazing. Less waiting, more playing. New AI personality. Retaliator. The new personality for you to choose from a list of many options of personalities that can help provide variety of new experiences while playing against the AI. Retaliator sounds like you have to attack them in order to attack you back. Maybe that's what this AI does. Not sure. New cheat codes. 9 new cheats have been added as part of the additions with the Heavenly Spear, and those cheats are Shinto Shuffle. Gain 4 random Japanese god powers. Okay, maybe we can try them in game. Super curious to see what these new god powers do. Yes, let's go for it. It is quite exciting actually. But before we jump into the god powers and take a look, maybe we can finish reading the patch notes and then we're gonna jump over the god powers, I promise. Model system modding. New improvements have been added to open up more of the model system to modding. Alright, so I guess it's easier to make mod if you're a mod yourself and like creating mods. And we go now to important stuff. Game, stability and performance. Fixed a bug that caused the linked Microsoft account to unlink every time the game is launched on PlayStation 5. Okay, we play on PC, most of us, but okay. Fixed a bug, alright. Stability improvements for Xbox platforms, alright. General stability, memory usage reduction, improved some permission checks, fixed a crash, fixed a bug, fixed a crash. Localization, minor improvements to some existing localizations. Fair enough. Graphics, fixed a bug that caused color box to appear over portions. While placing buildings, the placement preview of the building will no longer flash for 1 frame in the wrong location from the last time you were placing buildings. Okay. Got a raid. Who's that?
More reinforcements have arrived.
It's Husk Soup with 124 viewers. Where did the front page go? No, I'm kidding. It sends them away to the next streamer that has, applied for it. We're reviewing the patch notes here. We'll be posting this on YouTube at the same time. And so far, we just started, so I'm reviewing the patch notes for you guys. Yo, Aveli! Why you kill me? You killed me, man. Let's go. Fixed a bug on PlayStation. Okay, fixed a bug when using FSR 2.0. Alright. Audio. Adjustments to improve the audio balance for some sound effects. I'll take that. My menu music will now randomly select from all available main menu music options. Okay. Fix the unit birth. Sounds not playing while watching replays. Ah, fair enough. Hotkeys. Added a hotkey for select all heroes on screen. Oh, okay, these are hotkeys from Age of Empires 4. Age of Empires 4 is known to have amazing hotkeys. So if anybody would like to learn how to use these things, I highly recommend it. Go ahead and learn how to use the new hotkeys. They're gonna help a ton. UI. Fixed a bug that caused the minimap to not appear in some situations. The delete command is no longer right-clickable. Ooh, okay. Fixed a bug that prevented players from seeing the scores of friend for the community events in some situations. Maybe that's what happened with Aveli, he couldn't see the score. A daily celestial challenge state. Okay, for challenges. And I think it starts now. Earthwall will no longer spam notification messages and minimap pings while the walls spawn in. Okay, so overall, this UI these UI changes are improving the game overall, stability and experience. I think I like it so far. We're gonna be going over the balance changes as well. That's gonna be super exciting. Improve the recommendations by recommended tile. Okay. AI players in the loading and post-game screens will now show a computer icon next to their name to show they are a computer player. Alright. So if you're playing against bot and you are making content, your audience will know that you are against a bot. It will be shown. Added new loading screen tips. Yes! Yes! That's my favorite part. We get more new loading screen tips, guys. We're not gonna be experts. Fixed some cases where text could appear cut off in the UI. AI names will no longer appear as duplicates in rare situations. Has never happened to me. Updates to some loading screens, alright. Minor updates to improve the post-game screen. Updates to the layout of the profile screen. Wow, so many changes and improvements. This is amazing. Modified behavior of the display attack range. All units with Alt key. Ooh, I'm gonna use that. Removed. Blah blah blah. Word prompts are now blah blah blah. Fix the consistency of showing god powers costs in the UI. Blah 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 blah. Wow. Another bug is fixed. Notification pop-ups will no longer take UI focus while visible. Fair enough. Fixed a bug that caused replay saved games and saved game lobbies to not show the map name and or preview image for maps with special characters in their names. Well, we kinda like so far these changes. I'm really curious now to see what they've done. Okay, we're gonna skip controller. What are we trying to fool? Gameplay fixes. Improvements for AI, including AI may now try to defend the town centers they have under construction. Okay. AI will now apply additional decision making to whether they should try to skip walls or attack to break through them. Ooh. AI will no longer be, brainless. Fixed a bug where units could become stuck in some situations. So many issues and bugs have been fixed actually. It makes me not even wanna go through them because the game is playable now. The game's good now. It was good before too, but now it's better. Untouched foundations no longer absorb or block pass-through projectiles. Train actions that cannot be afforded are no longer accounted for by the smart queue logic. Ooh. I think that's what Magic complained about. He complained about this, so I'm glad it's fixed. Abilities can no longer be manually cast on units that do not belong to valid target types defined through tactic data. Do you have an example? The repair action now properly notifies the squad upon completion, ensuring shift clicking is handled correctly. Thank God they fixed that. Thank God. No more idle villages for no reason. And in weird locations where you'd be like, wait, how did they come here? Temples no longer eject their garrisoned relics when time shifted. But that should go to the balance changes. Now you can make a rush, grab relics, time shift your temple to any location you want, and relics will stay there. I like that. Because that meant Kronos wasn't really the best god at grabbing relics early. You wouldn't be able to, you know, you wouldn't be able to keep them. Axe card no longer deals friendly fire damage. I didn't know it even does friendly fire damage. Okay, glad it fixed. Balance, okay, here we start. Here's where we need John Arbiter. Things get spicy here, so we need John Arbiter here, and people in general who complain, we need them here. Are all the complainers in the chat, guys? Are you all here? You are here? Yes, you are all here? Jay, comment on Caladria nerfs. We're all here. Amazing. Let's begin then. General, some units have had their scouting ability slightly improved, mainly in the post-archaic ages. See culture specific section for details. Okay. The Chinese gods now generate favor 5 times faster than supremacy. Oh, that's lightning. We don't play too much lightning, but okay. More favor for the Chinese. Relics. Gungnir Odin Spear now also affects hero catapultis damage. That's good. Maybe you can finally counter Kamen Riders as Atlantean if you grab that relic. New relics added as part of the Heavenly Spear DLC. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 new relics from the Japanese Heavenly Spear DLC. Ooh. Little Grouse Circle. Weapon technologies in the armory cost reduced by reduced by minus 50%. We had that relic. Didn't we already have this relic in the game? That makes armory upgrades cheaper on gold? Weapon technologies. Oh, so that's about just weapon technologies. It's not about all the armory upgrades. 25% on everything, but this one is just about weapon technologies. Well, that's an OP relic. I would rank it on S tier. Okay, I'm gonna make a relic tier in the next few days. I'll make it tomorrow. Next relic, Heavenly Jeweled Spear or whatever. Counter cavalry units attack range increased by plus 0.25. Counter cavalry units attack range increased. The attack range. That means the hoplite. That hoplite can reach a cavalry from a longer distance. So that's wow. This relic is actually super good for full population fights. So it's not gonna seem it's not gonna shine early on when you grab it, but for the late game, your infantry reaching cavalry, you know, like a Sarissa, the one behind the other, like a Macedonian phalanx. This is like literally almost like having Sarissa. It's not as good, maybe half of a Sarissa or 1/3 of a Sarissa. It's still good for big fights where infantry and melee units get stuck or start pumping the one into the other. This is what this relic is good for. Okuninusis Covenant or whatever. Sorry if my pronunciation sucks. Temples cost reduced by minus 75%. Temples cost reduced by 75%. So the temple costs less? Come on, devs. You had to come up with something way more creative. Like, let me grab a relic that makes my houses 5 wood cheaper. Come up with something more creative. Train a unit. Train a Japanese baboon monkey that comes from the temple and, I don't know, spawns and gives you gold or something. Do something like that. Boris hunting bow. Villagers gather hunt 5% faster. Absolutely amazing. I approve. 9-tailed fox charm. Myth units regenerate 0.5 hit points per second. That's gonna be so broken for Senong and for Susanu. Esti relic for Susanu and Senong. Very good relic here. Grass cutting sword. Infantry move 5% faster. Maybe you can train Hamask Berserks, and you're gonna have plus 5% speed. So will they go up to 5.5 speed Berserks? I'm gonna use that with Odin and Thor. Wow, Thor, especially Thor. Well, it's good. It's good relic. Tawara Toda's last arrow. Ranged soldiers gain plus 0.2 divine damage. Okay. I don't think it makes a big difference. Maybe in the long term that's really gonna help. And remember, you grab relics either way because they generate free favor for you. So it's worth grabbing, even if it's the most useless relic in the game. You still gotta grab it. So some little divine damage, not big, but we could notice something. Ranged soldiers, maybe might be good for throwing axemen. Loki throwing axemen, maybe. Ogre, Beat, and Helm. Heroes have 10% more hit points. Okay, no, don't do that. Don't do that. Watch Zeus and Loki dominating when grabbing this relic. Zeus and Loki, remember guys, don't do this. This is fun with Fuzi. Oh, even with Fuzi. Yeah, Fuzi, Loki, Zeus. Maybe you grab this relic and then the speed relic and you have an amazing hero army. What if you grabbed Sesum near and you spammed Herses and Godi with this relic? Quite fun. Dragon Palace Crystal. Towers and walls have 10% more hit points. Okay, not like a broken relic, but might be annoying in the early game or in the mid game. Now we get to the best part. We're getting to the best part. All Pantheon changes. Greek Pantheon. Poseidon, okay. Guys, this is for John Arbiter. John Arbiter, are you here? This is for you. You're playing Odin? No, you're a Poseidon main, we know that. Myth unit cavalry caravan speed bonus reduced from 0.3 to 0.1, but now also scales 0 plus 1 per age. Do you like that, John? Now the hippos will not... Wait, this is a nerf. I thought you complain playing against Poseidon, but you are a Poseidon main, so your cavalry will have less speed. You're not you're not gonna be able to chase down the Reading cavalry anymore, John Arbiter. Are you happy with this change? Okay, minor god changes. This meant that in the early game Poseidon speed bonus is nerfed, in heroic it is equal to before, but in Mythic Age it is buffed. Okay, so your hippos will be faster in the Mythic Age. Yeah, we get that. Minor gods. Eris. Wheel of Chronos technology adjusted as follows. Damage area on hand attack and throw reduced from 2 to 1.5. Cost reduced from 200 gold 15 favor to 150 gold 10 favor. Ah. Okay, I mean it's cheaper. Weaker, a bit weaker, but it's cheaper. Come on, it's not bad. Wall of Cyclops. With the damage area propagating from the target rather than self, reducing the damage area a little bit should offset that increased and consistent damage. I agree. I think I like this change. Ineos Bow of Horror. Research time reduced from 40 to 20 seconds. Ooh. I mean, okay. It's not too cheap, but okay. I like playing Ares, that's why I see potential with this upgrade. Chthonic Rites, Dionysus, Hydra, and Skylar regenerate increased from 2.5 to 4 hit points per second. This used to be the old regeneration, no? It used to be 4 at release. They're taking it back to full regeneration? Well, Greeks are going to dominate again water maps with this one, no? There is no way you're going to lose C in the mid game. But usually C is decided in the early game, so I could be wrong. Hephaestus, Plentyvolt, God Power, cost increase from 200 to 300. Okay, recasting a Plentyvolt will cost 300 favor from now on. So that's a nerf to the Greek late game. Myth units. The value gained from investing 200 favor into another plenty was showing to be too effective. Increasing the cost should allow other avenues of investment to become more worthwhile. Yeah, like building Colossus. Myth units. Cyclops, Ares. Damage area now propagates from its target rather than itself. Okay, fair. Colossus, Hephaestus adjusted as follows. Hit points increased, okay. Colossus buff. Hack damage increased. Well, you should be investing your favor and your resources now on Colossus instead of recasting Plentyvolts. The third one should be 400 favor, yes, John. Hero units. Greek heroes ranged attack accuracy increased from 80% to 100%. This is amazing, actually. Now, when you're trying to fight flying units as a Greek, when you're trying to hit the Nidhogg, for example, they have 100% accuracy. So heroes, John, wait. John, you complained about Caladrius. Your heroes will never miss any shot against Caladrius anymore, John. You'll never miss against Nidhoggs. 100% accuracy. Yeah, no more escaping. John is happy with this change. The Caladrius slower, yes. Let's take a look here. Human units. Kataskopos now gets +2 line of sight in the classical age. You better keep your Kataskopos alive, don't lose that unit. Tyros, Poseidon adjusted as follows. Damage area reduced from 2.5 to 1.5. Damage increased from 8 to 9 hack. Okay, so they do less area damage, but they do more hack damage. I hate playing Greek right now. Greek suck. No, Greek doesn't suck. They just struggle in the classical age against certain civs. Hey man, are you not able to stream in 2K graphics? I actually am. If I restart it, I can set it up real quick, but we're now focused on the changes. I can then change the quality to higher. Mate, you can't just tell. Well, yeah. Developer. Do you want me to do the proper pronunciation of this unit? It's Heteri. We can call it Heteri maybe in English. Okay. Or yeah, Heteri have been an immensely dominant force in the late game, making Poseidon generally scale immensely well in team games and in other larger games. While they will still dominate in the Mythic Age with the extra speed, these changes aim to tone this down a little. Fair. Myrmidon Zeus. Divine damage increased from 10 to 11. Myrmidon buff. This is a buff to Hera. We loved seeing lightning storms, didn't we? Myrmidons are still somewhat lackluster compared to the Hoplites. Indeed, Hoplite is just such a powerful unit, man. Passing their damage should hopefully make them outshine the Hoplites in more situations. Yes, let's start spamming out Myrmidons. Like how they used to be in vanilla. My favorite unit in vanilla was the Myrmidons. Egyptian Pantheon. Ooh. So we're done with Greg? That's it? Mainly Poseidon changes? Okay, we had a Zeus change. Alright, heroes, what we keep is heroes are now slower in the classical age. Heroes have 100% accuracy against flying units. Cyclops are somewhat buffed and now their upgrades are cheaper. Plentyvolt is nerfed. Colossus is buffed. Kataskopos has extra line of sight in the classical age. Pretty important changes so far. Egyptians. 7. Sadoof technology research time reduced from 40 to 20 seconds. No. Why are you doing this? This was unnecessary. Plague of Serpents. God power adjusted as follows. Serpent hit points reduced from 60 to 50. Okay. Snake nerf, I'll take that. They don't really kill your villagers. The Anubite though kill your villagers. Serpents and sea snakes now get plus 20% damage and hit points in heroic and mythic age. Okay, so maybe recasting that god power is not entirely useless. These changes aim to reduce their oppressive nature in the early classical age, thank god, but bring back some power through the ages. Very good change. I like this Plague of Serpents change. I like this. They're doing samples. Sobek. Solar Bow. Cost reduced from 250 wood, 10 favor, to 150 wood, 10 favor. Yeah, we haven't seen much of this upgrade. You are likely to use it maybe in maps like Anatolia. Ancestors, god power minions now have a 0.5 multiplier against villagers. Yes! 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 I wanna see more nerfs now. I'm kidding. I don't want to sound biased. We love Egyptians. Egyptians require a lot of skill, in my opinion. And I'm happy to see Ancestors being nerfed on villagers. You should cast it with a timing attack on the army. I think that's how you're supposed to use Ancestors, or defending against something. Cyrus. Atef Crown. Cost reduced from 300 gold to any favor. 200 gold to any favor. 100 gold cheaper. Atef Crown is the mummy upgrade, the sugar mummy upgrade in the mythic age. So I think it spawns more minions, or it increases minion lifespan. I think something like that. When the mummies do the special ability. New Kingdom technology adjusted as follows. Cost reduced from 150 gold 25 favor to 150 gold 20 favor. It's cheaper to get a new pharaoh, and research time reduced from 40 to 30 seconds. This doesn't really matter too much for Ra. This is a buff maybe to Ra. Or it might not matter at all actually, because you're always empowering your base when playing Ra. Your base is always empowered, which means your temple is always empowered. So making these upgrades research faster, for Ra is like they're almost out. Being empowered, they'll be out in few seconds. All these upgrades for Ra. But the change is overall good for Isis and Set. Okay. Horus. Tornado god power now deals 0.1 damage multiplier against farms. Okay, so Tornado can no longer destroy farms. I'll take that. Same with Meteor. Or Meteor can, but not as it used to. Anubis now play their landing animation. 0.5 seconds when landing from their jump. Ooh. This is the result of a bug fix where the landing animation did not play. This is an indirect nerf to the Anubites, hence why it is listed here in the balance section. Okay. So when the Anubites jump on top of your villagers, there will be a 0.5 second animation where you can maybe get a hit. You can hit them like one extra time possibly with a hero or something if they're slow. Minion, Nephthys Osiris adjusted as follows. Damage increase from 9 to 10 hack. Okay, so minions do less damage to villagers, half damage to villagers, but do +1 hack overall to normal units and buildings. Anubites trash now? No, they're not trash. They're still good against Norse and Chinese. Sometimes they're good even in North Chinese and Greeks. You can play Anubites against Greeks. Maybe not Poseidon, but surely against Hades and Zeus. Cost reduced from 50 gold to 10 favor to 50 gold 5 favor. What? Wait. This only affects score and a few cost-based interactions such as minions have a... When can you train minions? Oh, so maybe this change is about... Units have internal cost even if you can't make them. Okay. Release are 50 food, for example. Okay. You train there in the mummy. No. I don't believe that. Buildings. Obelisks build time reduced from 20 to 16. Giant Isis have generally had relatively slow early game scouting. Not Isis, man. Isis has cheaper obelisk, they are built faster, am I right? Sure, but Isis... Don't do that. Okay, it doesn't matter, I guess it's harder to like code it in a way that it only affects Ra and Set. That would require more work, probably. And maybe waste of resources, so I don't know. Norse Pantheon. Odin. Isis insta obelisk now. Yeah, they insta obelisk you. More obelisk spam. We love that. We love that chat. Odin, my favorite god in the game. Great Hand god power adjusted as follows. Maximum food created in Archaic Age reduced from 600 to 500. John? Where is John Arbiter? Maximum food created in Classical Age reduced from 800 to 600. Where are you, John? John Arbiter? Are you happy with this? So now, in the Classical Age, Odin has minus 200 food to gather food from. This is outrageous. Yeah, Odin the annoying god, barely touch. We haven't gone through the minor gods yet, I think. Odin is certainly annoying as a god. He runs around with cavalry and raids you to death. But at the high level, he's not as powerful as you guys think. If you're on the top 10, Odin is not even... If you're on the top 10 of players, Odin is not even on the top 10 of gods. Trust me. Trust me. A skill-based god, how fucking annoying. A skill-based... There's no reason to save it for classical now. I mean, for 100 extra food, it's like, yeah, You might be lucky find a new goat and that would give you the food back, basically. It actually might not be worth it, actually. I think I agree with Kenzie, because the food, the walking time you're going to save by casting it now in the Archaic Age is more worth it than saving it so you get an extra 100 food later. So I think it's just better. It's just better to cast it in the Archaic Age at that point. Unless you start with 3 Rhinoceros, then you can save it. Okay, we'll see about it. Minor gods, Uller. Asgardian and Hilford god power build points increase from 200 to 250, resulting in building more slowly. Okay, so the Asgardian Hilford, that god power is gonna be harder to recast and recast. First of all, because in the previous patch, its cost went up to 50 favor, and now it also builds slower, a bit way slower. Aegir, Tempest god power, duration reduced from 27 to 22 seconds. Alright, this is a John Arbiter change, or a Satfat change. Satfat, are you in the chat? This changes for you. And maybe for Uros. Tempest duration is now only lasts now for 22 seconds. The guard and bastions are harder to drop, so Freyr is being nerfed basically. All units favor bounty from nature animals reduced by minus 75%. Wait, what? No. What do you mean, no? I made this meta. I made that and they nerfed it because I made that. You know how bad I feel right now? You know, guys? I've started the meta where you build like 5 or 6 raiding cavalry. As Odin, you kill every single animal in the map, and because Great Hall units give plus 25% extra favor, I was killing every single animal around the map, gaining for free like 70 favor. 70 up to 80 favor for free, and spamming out Valkyries. That's just not worth it anymore. How will you get Valkyries out now? You need them to classical fight. Nerf the Valkyries instead. Don't nerf this. Go nerf Valkyries. Valkyrie spam was so obnoxious. Well, nerf the Valkyries. As simple as that. Maybe. I don't know. You earn them? Yeah, you earn them with micro and APM. You earn Valkyries by raiding and killing, you know? That's okay. We'll see how it plays out, but... I'm kinda disappointed because I loved Odin. He's gonna struggle a lot against Egyptians. Might not be able to classical fight anymore as Odin against Egyptians. Villagers and dwarves now gather favor 4 times faster. So they're trying to make up for it by making villagers gathering favor 4 times faster. Okay, that's gonna allow you easily to build a second Valkyrie once you hit the classical age though, if it's 4 times more. Easily, especially if you have some hippos or some rhinos near your town center. That's gonna give you so much favor. Easily second Valkyrie, for real. No, they hit the same amount of favor as originally, are you sure? Send a dwarf and kill all hunt around the map. Yeah. Yeah. Let's do that. So they're nerfing a villager. You just sacrifice a villager. Developer. These changes should result in the same amount of favor earned from animals. I doubt that. No, they won't. Because 5 Anubites and 100 Axemen will hit you on your second hunt. You'll never be able to gain that favor. The fact that this was happening, the fact that killing animals was worth it with raiding cavalry to get favor for Valkyries, it's like you were doing that because you could run away from the Anubites. Now to get that favor, having to hunt, it's impossible to hunt against Egyptians as Odin. Unless you have Valkyries out. Now, you're not allowing me to hunt, and you're not allowing me to train units that are going to defend the Anubites that are the Valkyries. So I'm losing 2 major things against Egyptians now. It's not about total favor, it's about villagers' favor rate relative to before. Well, I don't like this change. I think 75% was such a high number, but an exaggeration in my opinion. Human units. Berserks now get +2 line of sight in the classical age. We like that. Kataskopos gets that too. Now will be easier. I think it's worth it building a second Berserk now. As Freyr and as Thor. Before. Maybe either after aging up or before aging up. Build a second Berserk. If you don't have Ravens, build a second Berserk. They're gonna help so much with scouting. This change is good. I like it. You know, gods like Loki, okay, you have Spy. You don't care for Loki. But Thor and Freyr, having this +2 line of sight is such a good change. Hero units. Hero of Ragnarok, Baldur adjusted as follows. Pierce armor increased from 15% to 20%. Damage increased from 9 to 10 hack. Okay. We can finally cast Ragnarok. We can finally play Ragnarok again. I'm serious. This was at release. At release, Ragnarok wasn't too terrible. So I guess we can finally play with Rag and maybe Sons of Sleep near Jarls or something. Buildings now also generate favor from dealing damage at the same rate as military units. Were they 8? No, 8 were after the first patch of Retold. There were 8 damage at the Red Bull tournament, where I lost that traumatizing game against Recon because of this change. Buildings now also generate favor from dealing damage at the same rate as... Oh, wait. Okay, this is making up for the 75% reduction or whatever. Devs are Norse mains. Now, now you'll be hitting... I hope it doesn't work on walls. Hagrid, I know you're in the chat. So tell us, does this change apply to walls here? Say the truth. Now also... Oh, I thought it was hitting buildings. Oh man, this was confusing. I thought hitting buildings gives you favor. so we're talking about, yeah. Man, I got so excited. I'm like, we can finally earn favor attacking our barracks. That's why we shouldn't talk too early. Okay, so your tower will be generating favor if it attacks a hoplite. Does that make sense? This is this change. And now we get to the best part. This is for John. I mean, everything is for John, so let's see if John likes the Atlantean changes. Let's see what his opinion is gonna be. John, are you here? Are you ready for this? Atlantean Pantheon. I know John's gonna hate me for saying this. I hope Atlanteans are buffed to the skies. I hope Atlanteans are the new meta. I hope I can spam Atlanteans and win a tournament with them. So cool to see AOM above 10k players. Wait, is it? Let me check this. Wow, I need to check that out. I wanna check the stream charts. Steam charts, Age of Mythology. Oh, thank you for the link. No way, we have 10k players. Check this out, guys. We have 10k players online. AOM is alive. AOM is alive. It's back. 24-hour peak, 10,000 players. It's now. 10,000 players playing right now the game. 9k playing campaign. That's hilarious. $9,000 playing campaign. Imagine, that actually might be true. Wait, where can I see that? Can I see that here? No? Can I see who's playing campaign? Probably not. Alright. Let's switch. Where were we? We make the transition. Okay. Check that for Asuros, please, and let us know. We're reviewing now the patch changes. Let's go over the Atlantean changes. Buildings now also generate... Yeah, we read that already. Minor gods, Prometheus, Heart of the Titans, technology adjusted as follows. Cost reduced from 100 gold, 100 favor, 50 gold, 5 favor. This is good. It's that Heart of the Titans allow you to convert your heroes much faster. I mean, to convert human units into heroes much faster, almost instantly. Now costing only 50 gold, 5 favor, gonna be worth grabbing anytime, any day. Always grab it now. Research time reduced from 40 to 20. Just grab it instantly. By the time you hit the classical age, grab this one and heroize every single citizen you have in the map. Grab a second town center, heroize everything. Zero idle time for your villagers to convert into heroes. Lito, Spider Lair, cooldown reduced from 90 to 60 seconds. Okay, good. We want to see more Lito. We mostly saw Prometheus. Helios, Hall of the Sun technology adjusted as follows. Now also gives +1 line of sight to Arcus and Hero Arcus. Yeah. Now, not only your human, yeah. That's just a line of sight. Now also gives +4 line of sight to Fire Siphons. I was recently playing few games with Hall of the Sun and it was super fun. This upgrade is super fun. They're making it even better now. Glad to see that. Myth units. Caladria, movement speed reduced from 5 to 4.8. I have a feeling developers watched John Arbiter's stream. There is no other way. Most changes they have applied, they just come from John Arbiter's stream. No, I don't think so. It's just a coincidence. Symphylian Bird, they adjusted as follows. Pierce damage increased from 14 to 20. That's a good one. Bonus damage against smith units reduced from 3 to 2. No, you didn't. You didn't have to. I'm like, okay, this is a good buff, but actually, maybe you're going to use now the Stymphalian Bird to kill throwing Axemen. Because I was thinking you need the Stymphalian Bird's multiplier against smith units to counter Frost Giants. But wait a minute. Now, you can heroize your Contarius to kill the Frost Giants and have an easier way to kill Berserks, for example, or Herdmen with a extra pierce damage or whatever. I think that's cool. This Smith unit has seen relatively little play, indeed. Trading some bonus damage versus Smith units or just raw base damage should allow it to be much more powerful. Indeed, I think I like that. Human units, citizen. Gather rate increased from 1.5 to 1.55. Out of the Greek villagers. Okay, an economy. This is an economy buff, 3% more resources. It's great. This is great. I like this change. They didn't overdo it. Okay, Atlanteans are going to have basically a stronger economy now, which we like. Oracle adjusted as follows. Line of sight increased from 3 to 5. Huh? Movement speed increased from 3.5 to 3.6. Why are you buffing the oracles though? Were they bad? Maximum line of sight in favor earned remains the same. Not only the base line of sight is increased. So only the base line of sight is increased. Oh, okay. So the one you start with. Okay. Not the maximum. Okay. Buffing every scout, indeed. The base. Fair. Hero units. Citizens hero gather rate increased from 1.65 to 1.7, that of the Greek villager. We like that. We want hero citizens, with Kronos especially. Oracle hero adjusted as follows. Can now attack move. Ooh, okay. I hated it when it couldn't attack move. Line of sight increased from 3 to 5. Yes. Fire Siphon projectile speed increased from 10 to 15. Developer note. Fire Siphon projectiles were moving much more slowly than the other projectiles, often resulting in additional shots being fired needlessly. Indeed. Yeah, so you would destroy a town center and your Fire Siphons would still shooting fire. So now they're not gonna do that. They're not gonna waste animation nor resources. I mean, They don't count as resources, but in real life they would count. Why would you throw lava on a destroyed building already? You would save it for the next building. Chinese Pantheon. I wanna see these changes. Mountainous Might technology. Cost reduced from 20 wood, 200 wood, 200 gold, 15 favor, 250 wood and 150 gold and 10 favor. Can somebody remind me which upgrade is that? Let me check the game. Mountainous Might. Let's go over to Nuwa. Is it one of these? Oh, it's this one. The Kuafu. It makes your Kuafu stronger. Okay, so it's cheaper. We haven't seen much use of it. That's why. We haven't seen much use of the Mountain's Might, so I like that its cost is cheaper now. Minor Gods, Chiwyu, or Chiyu. Master of Weaponry Technology, Je Halberd Year. Snare versus Cavalry reduced from minus 50% to minus 40% for 2 seconds. Okay, it's being nerfed. I think I like that. Your cavalry should still be able to escape, because this is a classical age upgrade. You want to demolish every single cavalry you touch, because just by touching the cavalry, it's dead. It can no longer escape. I think that's just too strong for a classical age technology. Maybe put it in the heroic age if you don't nerf it, and make it cheaper. Earlier, was it still 2 seconds? Not sure, it could be, but at least it's now only minus 40% speed. Maybe cavalry can now escape from it, but they can still receive heavy damage, which I don't mind. It's good, because, you know, Chinese do not have access to cavalry in the classical age. Lightning weapons got power adjusted as follows. Cost increased from 60 to 75. This is a good change, I like this nerf. Repeat cost increase from plus 20 to plus 25. Okay, this is a good change. This was needed, to be honest. Lightning weapons was so easily to be recast. And so we like this. Gong Gong, Rising Tide technology. Cost reduced from 150 wood, 50 gold, 30 favor, 150 wood. Okay, just favor change. Cost same gold and wood. The Rising Tide is it the Mythic Age one? Is it one of these? Yeah, it's this one. Grants your Qinglongs the force of the tides, allowing them to attack faster as they gain combat experience. Okay. So for the dragons, a bit cheaper for the dragons. Slash and burn technology, Zurong. Ooh, Zurong. Cost reduced from 150 gold, 25 favor, 125 gold, 20 favor. Slash and burn is the research time reduced from 40 to 30 seconds. Flaming Blood. Slash and burn. This should be... I think I know which one that is. Slash and burn. Zurong's reduces the cost of farms and increases their gather rate. Yeah, let me move my camera so you see which one I'm talking about. It's this one here. Zurong's technique drastically reduces the cost of farms and increases their gather rate. Increasing the gather rate is amazing. Definitely worth grabbing. Let me put myself on the side. And now switch. Let's go. Flaming Blood technology, area damage on myth units increased from 3 to 4 divine per second. 4 divine damage per second? So they do like more divine damage. The Flaming Blood. It should be this. Oh, so it works on all myth units. I thought it only works on this bird. causing them to deal an additional damage to nearby enemies. Okay, so this is also like buffed. We haven't seen much use of it. Song of Midsummer technology cost reduced from 300 food, 15 favor, 200 food, 15 favor. This is the Song of Midsummer. This is the other god power. Here. No, not here. This one. Zurong protects your... increasing their hit points and letting them rapidly regenerate when landed. Oh, that's the bird. The Zukyu. This bird is buffed if you upgraded. Alright. I think we've watched enough so far from here. Let's go back to the patch changes. Myth units. Wing Long adjusted as follows. Special attack damage area reduced from 9 to 8. This was needed. Special attack divine damage overtime in the area reduced from 10 to 5. This does not affect its 35 pierce damage. Okay, so it does less divine damage, I guess. Special attack divine damage overtime in the area reduced from 10 to 5. Okay, this was also needed, to be honest. Those dragons were way too strong. Was reduced from 325 wood 26 favor to 175 wood 24 favor. Hero units, Niza, that's for Fuzi. Divine damage overtime per attack reduced from 2 to 1 over 5 seconds. I'm so happy China is being nerfed and they're buffing upgrades that we never saw in use. So I'm so happy they're nerfing the powerful things about China. It's so necessary. They were the top picks in the last tournament, Chinese and Egyptians. Egyptians were the bans and Chinese were the instant picks. Yeah, if you know what I mean. Developer note, this effectively brings down the divine damage per hit to target from 10 to 5. So half the divine damage, I guess. It's good change. Niza Mythic Age. Qian, Kun, Quan. Pierce damage reduced from 15 to 12. Is that the ring? Does anybody know? Is that the ring that Niza throws? Yeah, that's the ring. Yan Jian, Fuzi, adjusted as follows. Movement speed reduced from 4.8 to 4.5. That's oh yeah, that's the... How did we call him? John Wick. That's the John Wick here. He's slower, has less hit points, damage area reduced from 3 to 2.5. Another good nerf. I love the Chinese changes so far. Like, developers are finally listening. This is so good. I think Poseidon kinda has to play Ares now, right? Yeah, I think so. I like Ares. I like Ares when playing Poseidon and Hades. Yan, or whatever, together with Mythic Age Niza, were still able to sufficiently deal with large quantities of human and myth units alike. Toning them down a little bit more should make human and myth units perform better against Fuzi in the early Mythic Age onwards. Yes. Did I miss Set? They haven't done anything for Set. I'm sorry, Satfat. Not a single thing has been done for Set. Yeah, let's go back. We were here. Wenzong, Senong adjusted as follows. Hit points reduced from 500 to 450. Super necessary. Damage reduced from 25 hack 50 crash to 20 hack 50 crash. Also necessary. I'm glad the 3 Mythic Age heroes of China have been nerfed. I'm so glad for it. Human units. Pioneer, line of sight upon reaching classical age, +3, +2, +5. Okay. They buffed scouts for every single god, so this is good. Hopefully they do it for ravens too. Sukanu line of sight increased from 16 to 18. Okay, I think they need that. It's not... thankfully it's not range. White Horse Cavalry pierce armor increased from 40%. 45... Why? Increase armor increase from 40% to 45%. This was meant to be present in a previous patch, but didn't make it in. Ah, okay. I actually like this. Wait. Even if it wasn't missed in the previous patch, I still like this. Chinese sometimes get demolished by chariot archers in the heroic age with a siege push or something. Siege Petchos push. I think I like this change, even if it wasn't skipped. Alright, I like this. I think that I don't know. Like, I love the Japanese civilization so much. And now we get a good patch with good changes. And so many bugs have been fixed. If you guys watched the list, how long the list was. This should have been the game 10 months ago. And it would have never fallen in numbers so low. Hopefully people will come back now, because this is just an amazing patch, to be honest. This is such a good patch. I'm gonna be streaming 8 hours a day now. No, if I have time, I'll try to. And we got some new Japanese maps with the DLC. Let's take a look. Aso Grasslands, Ki Land Nomad, Okuchichibu, Senjogahara, Setonai Kai, and Snake Dance. Okay, this is hilarious, you know why? Because we get mostly Japanese names. Aso Grasslands, Ki, Okuchichibu, Senjogahara, Setonai Kai, and then the Snake Dance. Do you guys wanna take a look at the new map pool with me? Yes, you do? Alright, let's take a quick look at the new maps that the developers have made for us. We also had the Land Nomad, am I right? Land Nomad, yeah, this is also a new map, so we can just take a quick look. So this is map number 1 the developers have made for the game with a new patch. Yeah, so instead of like looking for fishing ships, you're looking to grab all of these villages, build a second town center. And you're not going like, you know, for fishing ships, you're not looking for a sea. Okay, it looks quite interesting. Sometimes the spawns are a little bit more random, I think. But you do get like a large gold mine near your town center. This is gonna be for the Nomad enjoyers. We don't have too many of those, but there's still people who like playing Nomad daily. What is the next map available to us? The next map is Aso Grasslands. Aso Grasslands should be here on A. Yes, this is a new map for the Japanese expansion. We check cheats too? Yes, we can check cheats too. The new cheats. Alright. Looks like a boomy map. You can certainly play super aggressively early on, because the town centers do not secure resources. They can provide some little access, but you still need hill forts and castles to secure resources. So you can be aggressive in the classical age in map spawns like this. Okay, I'll give this map maybe a 7. I'll give this map a 7 out of 10. Because in the late game it's going to be like a tower castle spam in the middle, full of siege and cancer gameplay. So I'm just giving a 7 out of 10 to this. Let's move on over the next map. Just airwall the middle, yeah, that's what I'm afraid of. Then we have the Key. Key is the next map. Let's go over to K. Oh, did I pass it? No. Key, here's the Key. I think I played Key already once. This map is terrible. Which one? Did they remove Mount Olympus? Yeah, Mount Olympus is terrible, I agree. This is the Key, guys. Hard to wall maybe on the sides. Have to commit with a villager in the middle of the map if you wanna wall off middle easily. Hard to wall the middle as well because look at how many shift walls you have to to build. So I like this map's aggression. I'm going to give this map. I like how it spawns, but what I don't like is these animals. I don't know. It feels like do you need 2 villagers to one-shot one of this? If you do, let me try that. If you do, then I think I might not like it. But if it's one shot, then I like it. Oh, you have to hit it twice. Change that. If you change that, I'm gonna give a 9 out of 10 on this map. If this is changed. If you one-shot these animals. But check this out. Does this really want 2 arrows? Do you need 2 arrows to kill a chicken? No, you don't. And it's inefficient, kinda. Okay, I'm gonna give an 8 out of 10 for this map. I like it, because it's super aggressive from the looks of it. So I like it. Just few tiny little changes could have made it a 9 out of 10. Moving on over the next map. Don't you want to be able to herd the animal to the drop site? No. We checked Land Nomad. Next is Okuchichibu. What a strange name. Okuchichibu. Go over to O. This one. New Japanese map. You start with boars. You can lure underneath the town center. I think I checked this map previously. Town centers do not provide you a gold mine, mostly. But they are securable. Your second largest gold mine is securable with a couple of walls and possibly a castle. Like you could drop a castle here with secure hunt, gold and some wolves. Oh wow. These are Japanese wolves. I love the map's texture. So map's texture is beautiful. I like the boars. I like the deer. I like the wolves. I like how town centers spawn, even though it might be harder to reach them, but you could reach from a cliff. So this would be super fun to play. No, I'm in a disadvantage. No, I might not like this map. Because if it spawns like that, I cannot siege my opponent behind the cliff. The range, like, there's a huge, there's a huge distance. But he can range my town center here. He can siege my town center with like ballistas or catapults or petrobolos. Same as this one. He can siege this one. But I cannot siege this nor this one. So even though I love this map's texture and spawns, I like how the spawns are here as well as the texture, as I mentioned it twice already. What I don't like is these little imbalances. This is actually not little. If it's a late game, you are doomed. And with the siege now doing less damage to other siege, this shouldn't be a competitive map in my opinion. Like I only ran it once, and look, this is huge. I cannot siege down my opponent's town centers, but he can siege my town centers from the cliffs. Alright, okay, if that's fixed, I would give this map an 8 out of 10 if they fix this issue. But if they don't, I'm gonna leave it on a 6 out of 10. Now priests are fine. FTE some. Priests are amazing heroes. They deal the only heroes that deal divine damage in the classical age. Please no complain. Then later you have Osiris if you hate myth units. They also heal, yeah. Next map. I was gonna give a very good score for this map, but then I realized that little imbalance issue. I hope this map is not in the tournament. What else do we have here? The next map we have is Senzogahara. Let's take a look. 3 maps are left. Senzogahara should be here. This one. Okay. Looks more defensive. You usually grab a second town center here. Man. Earthwall's gonna be so broken here. Okay, you grab the forward town center, you cast an Earthwall, and it closes this side. Maybe it's not as big. But if you cast it here on a house, maybe? No, you just cast it here on the town center. It's gonna close this side. And then you just do a wall here. Super cheap. And look at the resources you save. Double deer patches, double gold mine, berries. Chinese and Egyptians are going to be super abusive here, but that's not a terrible problem because Chinese and Egyptians are designed to be strong on defensive maps. So definitely you pick those ships here. Nuwa and I would say Nuwa and Nuwa, Ra, Isis. These are the gods you wanna be picking here on this map. But overall, the texture is good. It looks good, I believe. I like the trees. I like the wild animals. I like how the minimap looks. I really enjoy looking at a minimap like this. Gold mines seem fine. They seem balanced. Hunt seems balanced. It's just a boomy map. This is a divine. This is a divine map. Divine should play on this map only. And Kvoth maybe. I was gonna give this map a 9, which is super high score for a map, but because it's gonna be so abusive, super abusive, I'm gonna give it a 7. Because of the abuse. Just because of the abuse, nothing else. Otherwise, I love how it looks. What if you dropped 2 little ponds in the middle with some fish? That would have fixed the map. Because the Chinese or the Egyptian would have to classical fight for fishing ships. Otherwise, they'd stay behind in economy by grabbing this. Okay. We have 2 more maps. One is Setonaikai and Snake Dance. Okay, so I'm giving this map a 7. It has so much potential. It's not a bad map, by the way. It's a good map, as I said. Only abuse takes it down. The abusive strategies. So it's not a map's fault. It's like not a balance fault either, but maybe a design, a god design issue. Or a god power design issue. If we're talking about Earthwall, it's just one single god power. Yeah, which one's next? This one, the water map. I've checked this map before, and I'm going to tell you something about this map, guys. This map, the Setonaikai, is amazing map. This is my #1 best favorite map right now. It is beautiful, it is creative, it is boomy and hyper aggressive at the same time. This is my favorite map, guys. And I mean it. I hope it is added in the tournament and I hope they add it in the map pool. I hope it is. It's too much thinking at once. That's exactly what I love. This is my playstyle. I don't like when I'm playing like an Uranus mirror against Kvoth and just both building Marmilo, and I don't like this type of plays. I like playstyles, I like maps and designs that you have to think to win. Because it's a strategy game. You have to think if you want to win and you have to focus. I like APM, I like, you know. So I think this map is very good for my playstyle. I think I played it a few times, 1 or 2 times, and I really loved it. I loved it. Because yes, you open up with a fish boom, but at the same time you have to protect it. You could be rushed. And you can be the rusher. Or you can both rush at each other at the same time. Or you can both fish boom. And you can you can build water, like warships and units at the same time. Your units, your land units, walk by the way. They can walk on water. And you can drop docks as well. The gold mines are exposed, you know. You don't need a transport ship to get there. You just walk all the way there. Umi Bozu raids. Exactly. And it's a beautiful, overall, it's not just the design that I'm loving about this map. The texture, the strategy here. I love everything about this map. You can siege town center with warships. It's just a beautiful map and hard to wall. Looks, it's not easy to wall. Or at least the mid game, up until the mid game. So you won't believe that, but I'm going to give a 10 out of 10 for this map. I'm ranking them, you know, this is a 10. And I hope I play it soon. Would ships beat human units here because of speed? I mean, probably. Archer ships have 6 speed, so they're as fast as cavalry, faster than Hippeus, right? Pentaconter raids, exactly. You can you can raid a stupid gold mine using Pentaconters. 7.2 speed. Yeah, like you're gonna be chasing down cavalry using Pentaconters. This is gonna be so fun. That's what I'm saying. It's an interesting map for sure. Absolutely. Okay. I think there's one map left, which is the snake dance. Okay, and last map for the day. Snake dance. We've seen a similar map like that, which was maybe Kerlagar, but it wasn't at this, you know. But Kerlagar only had like 2 rivers. That was possible. Now you can literally raid gold mines. Gold mines and town centers. That wasn't possible in the map called Kerlagar. Okay. Okay, this map looks a bit similar to Acropolis. For those who know the map Acropolis. You're guaranteed to get a gold mine if you grab a second town center from the looks of it. You are not guaranteed to get hunt. But if you walk further, you will find hunt and you can secure it with 1, 2 walls. This is a Hades map. Looks like a Hades map. Hades or... Not Ra. I wouldn't say Ra that much. Maybe Isis? Nuwa? Yeah, Nuwa map. Yeah, I agree. Earthwall, yeah. Maybe Earthwall and Migdol spam as Egyptians, and then pushing with Migdol's towers and monuments. But again, Hades is gonna be strong on this map in my opinion. Gonna be super interesting to see how it plays. Okay. I like the design. I like the little cliffs. I like how gold mines spawn, because I'm a player who likes playing 2 town centers. I like the hunt that is not 100% secure, but you can secure it with walls. I like that you have to, you know, do something in order to secure your hunt. Like this here. I think it's good. I don't see anything too wrong right here, unless you can siege down town centers. Like... Yeah, this will be annoying. If you're playing Egyptians, No, wait, this is supposed to be your town center, so this isn't annoying. Okay, this is okay. What if somebody... Oh my god. What if somebody took a rock, sent it here, and garrisoned like 15 villagers, drop a siege workshop, 2 towers, and wall, and had like 2 catapults here. This TC would stay down for the next 1 hour with wall. This map and also an ASO grasslands spawn more interestingly in TGs. I believe you. Yeah, now you have to do campaign strategies here. Okay. Well, I don't see anything wrong with this map. I like it. It doesn't look terrible. It's still a little bit of a boomy map. But at the same time, it doesn't seem too exciting. It doesn't look boring. Somewhere in the middle. So I think I'm just gonna rate this map 8. I'm gonna rate it 8. 8, maybe at maximum 8.5. Mind checking if you can hit the first gold mine vills with a tower? This? Yeah, I'm gonna try that out. Let's try that out, because that would be hilariously... Let's age up. No, not possible. Not possible. My gold mine? No. Not possible. Maybe you have to upgrade the tower. Does it give extra range? Let's try that. Let's see now. No, you can't, even if you upgrade. What about here? No, it's not in range. Granulations? Let's try granulations. That doesn't play a role, does it? Okay, maybe. No. No. Maybe. But that doesn't matter. Goldmines can spawn behind. Goldmines can spawn behind your town center, no? And you get a secure goldmine on your second town center. This is no issue. Tower shouldn't be an issue. Okay, I'll give this map an 8. Which is still high. But it's not like amazing, you know? Wait, can you jump through cliffs? Okay, if mid units can jump from cliffs, this is broken. Oh man. Okay, I take it down to 7. Anubites are gonna be so abusive on this map. So abusive. You're gonna build Tengus and Anubites on this map. Again. Because, I mean, whatever. Solid 1 out of 10. Just give up. Back old school Alfheim with grass and cliffs. No, hell no. Alright. So, for those watching on YouTube, this was the video. We analyzed a lot. We reviewed plenty of things. The patch notes, balance changes, maps. And so, again, thanks for watching. And feel free to subscribe and leave a like. And I'll see you in the next one.